Maybe it's the cuts to Medicaid in the Trump Republican budget. There's a reason they keep scheduling the votes on this thing at 11 o'clock last night on Sunday, and the next vote is 1 a.m. on Tuesday night / Wednesday morning. That's their next vote on it. I wonder why they keep scheduling the votes at times like that. Well, polling from Data for Progress says there isn't a single congressional district in the entire country where cutting people off their Medicaid health insurance is popular. But Trump and the Republicans are trying to pass this thing to take health insurance away from at least 5 million Americans, and likely millions more than that. Maybe that's it. Maybe for you, it's the National Weather Service's offices being so cut down by Trump that in many places they can now no longer staff our National Weather Service offices overnight. They don't have staff there at night because, who cares? Obviously, dangerous weather always confines itself to business hours, right? Maybe it's the ongoing disaster at Trump's FAA, where our nation's air traffic controllers are losing communication with planes over and over and over again now at multiple major airports. Maybe it's the Trump Republican plan in this budget to sell off thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of U.S. public lands that belong to the American people, that we will never get back after they sell them off. Maybe it's the fact that Trump has now got inexplicable AI chatbots answering the phones at the Social Security Administration. Chatbots that appear designed simply to make you hang up in frustration without ever getting the help you need to, say, locate your missing check. Maybe it's that Trump is cutting the program that helps babies born with health defects. Maybe it's that Trump is stopping support for Narcan, which does nothing except save the lives of people who are overdosing. Maybe it's the fact that Trump is sending hundreds of tons of perfectly good food, enough to feed 1 million people for 3 months. He has sent that food to instead rot in 4 government warehouses in Dubai and Djibouti and Houston and South Africa, because the sign-off to allow that food to be given to starving people is sitting on the desk of a 28-year-old with 0 government service experience who has nevertheless been put in charge of the fate of 1 million people at least because of his connection to the president's top campaign donor. Yet maybe it is any of those things. Maybe it's the fact that Trump just effectively legalized machine guns. You heard me right. Trump just effectively legalized machine guns. He is allowing the sale of something called a forced reset trigger. You'll now be allowed to buy those and possess those in this country. What's a forced reset trigger? It turns basically any AR-15 style rifle into a machine gun. Just hold the trigger down and fire all your ammo. Trump's Attorney General says they are now allowing those devices to be sold. Again, effectively legalizing machine guns in the United States because she says, in her words, it will, quote, enhance public safety. Machine guns. So when the history books are written about our generation in this moment, what will they say is our cause in standing up against the Trump administration? Turns out we don't have just one. And I think that might be part of our superpower here, because it allows for protests of various kinds and various stripes, nonviolent protests of every imaginable variety in every state in the country, just about every single day. And sometimes they are massive. I think what we're going to see on June 14th is going to be massive. Sometimes they are a few people. Sometimes they are 15,000 people across 30 miles of Illinois. But whatever we're doing, the various forms of pushback against Trump are also working in various ways every day. Today, for example, a federal judge ruled that Trump acted in a manner that was blatantly unlawful when he shut down the U.S. Institute of Peace and effectively tried to steal their building even though the institute itself owns the building and not the U.S. government. The U.S. Institute of Peace put out a statement tonight saying they look forward to restarting their work now that a judge has shut down Trump for unlawfully trying to shut them down. This weekend, a judge ruled over and over and over again, hundreds of times, that the so-called military zone that Trump has set up across 3 states on the southern border is effectively legally meaningless. And just because Trump has declared that a military zone, it doesn't give him the right to have people arrested there for trespassing on military property. Today at Columbia University in New York City, Mohsen Madawi walked at his graduation to accept his diploma. After a huge movement of his friends and his community in Vermont and in New York, culminated in a federal judge in Vermont ordering him freed from prison. He is a legal permanent resident. He is a green card holder. He has never been accused of a crime. Trump had his immigration agents arrest him exclusively for his constitutionally protected political speech. But that did not stand. He was freed by court order, and today he graduated from Columbia and got a huge standing ovation. ChatGPT